Collective, and welcome to the Mercury Retrograde reading. But we're in the shadow period, so that's why I'm doing the energy reading right now. And this is going to be for all signs. It doesn't matter what sign you are. This is the energy we're all working with, we're all dealing with. So let's take a look at it. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be reading this reading, and it may or may not resonate with you. It's not going to resonate with every single person. It's going to resonate with people who are on my soul tribe. I hope that that's you. But if it's not you, then that's okay too. You just can go find the reader that does resonate with you. Remember that these energies can be reversed, so assign the roles as you please. They can be interchangeable, vice versa, all of those things. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can stick around because there might be something in it you need to hear. Generally, if you are brought to this reading or any reading, there's always some kind of thing that the guides want you to know. These messages are timeless, so it doesn't matter when you're brought to the channel in the reading. I'm asking for a specific energy of the universe. I'm asking for the Mercury retrograde energy. I'm not actually asking for, from this date to this date. I can give you dates when the energy is present, and I'm going to ask the universe for what's going to be happening with us during that time. I've already seen that with the August 8th energy, which is the Lionsgate portal, in conjunction with this energy, and then we have Uranus in retrograde, and we have Mars in Gemini. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'll explain that as we go through. But with all of those energies happening together, I'm asking the universe about all of those coupled together, what is happening with us, because I'm doing a lot of life coaching going on right now, or a lot of readings, calls, whatever you want to call it, and helping people through their life experience, because right now there's been some very big things coming up for people and causing some huge emotional outbursts and things like that. So working with you and helping you through that. Now remember, motivation is from anger. So if you're a person you're getting angry about something, that's how the universe motivates you to make changes. Generally, if we're depressed, we don't have the energy to make a change. We kind of just live in the depressive energy, the sadness. But when we get angry about our lives and angry about the things we're disappointed about, that is when we actually move into making real changes in our lives that bring in the happier energy that we're looking for. When we feel stagnant in life, we have to see what's going on, what can I change, and how can I move into better energy? Because that's what we're shooting for every time, is to keeping ourselves in a really good vibration, and then also moving into a better energy each time we get with discourse or something that's happening to us, or not to us, because our lives don't really happen to us. We actually are in control of every aspect of our life, whether we realize it or not, or know it or not. And I know when really devastating things happen, you're like, well, I felt like I had no control. Everybody has free will. So when we're talking about other people, if we're talking about the way your experience looks in general without the dealings of other people's free will, then what we do have is we have malleable energy, dark matter that we're all working with, and we're all can mold into what we want by the way we think, by the way we feel, mainly by the way we feel. First, it starts with a thought. The thought becomes something that you think a lot, which becomes a habit, and then it just becomes a feeling. The feeling, all of that is together. Now, we manifest through feelings. So if you're wanting something, you can't manifest through lack. You can. You're just going to get lackful experiences. And if you're wanting to attract abundance, manifesting by default or in lack is not actually going to help you get the things that you're looking for or desiring. So right here on the screen, let me explain the retrograde for you. You will see the blue area is what we're in right now, and that is the shadow period. The shadow period is what kind of hints to you what you're going to be working through and dealing with. So if you're in the shadow period and you're feeling some strong energies right now because there's some stuff that's being hit in your face, guess what? Hold on to your hat, because that's not all. They're just kind of giving you little teasers and little tests for what you're about to do. Some of you guys, this is going to be huge because it's associated with the 8-8 energy, the Lionsgate. And so some of you guys, this is going to be really life-changing for you and moving you in the right direction. Some of you guys, it's going to feel like a train hit you, and you're like, what just happened? What just happened to me? And it could be self-inflicted train, but it also could be the universe doing a course correction in your life as well. You know, this could be when Uranus goes, I should have checked to see when it goes direct, because that's the energy that I'm really concerned about, because it's in retrograde right now. So when anything's in retrograde, it slows it down and kind of makes it, but once it goes direct, that's powerful energy. And that tells me that could be career changing. That could be divorces happen. It could be, and I don't want to say like marriages, because marriage is something that well, unless it's like a fly-by-night marriage where you just get married really quickly, that could happen too. Uranus, whenever it's in the picture and playing on these energies with us, that is when big, huge things happen, and people are like, I don't even know like why that happened. And then they get like, so for instance, say you get fired from your job, and it hurts a lot, and you're really sad about it. But then like the more you look at it, you're like, I hated that job anyway. You know what I mean? Or maybe your spouse leaves you and you go, oh man, this is so horrible. My life is horrible. My life is over. You know, I'm never going to find love, blah, blah, blah. All these thoughts are happening, right? And then what happens is you look back like 5 years later and you're like, oh my gosh, that's the best thing that could have happened to me. So it's generally the thing that you have been not wanting to do, the universe will course correct and do it anyway, okay? And Uranus is the one planet that, it's not that I fear the planet, but I do have some strong feelings with Uranus, because Uranus is the one that if you've been stalling about doing something, you're like, I'm gonna leave that person one day. Okay, and the day never comes, and 5 years later you still haven't done it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave them one day. No, I don't like the way they treat me like this. And you keep saying that to the universe. The universe is finally gonna go, you know what? You're leaving this person. This person, bye-bye. So it's when I need to find out when it's going to go direct, and if you don't, you should probably Google it. When does Uranus? When does Uranus go direct? So that's the one planet that makes me go, oh, it gives me pause. Like, what are you gonna do? All right. So until September 4th, we'll be in the blue area. Then we're gonna hit the red area. That's when it turns around and goes retrograde. Now that turnaround period on the 16th can make you feel like you're walking backwards. It could make you feel like you're turning around. It could get you dizzy. It could make you feel like, didn't I just experience this? Deja vu happens a lot that's going to happen a lot on those days where you're going to feel that way. And then it's going to go to the dark pink, which is the 11th through the 14th of September. And that dark pink, that is the most difficult days of the retrograde, because one, you need to be careful on the road. You need to be careful with your communication on these days. You just want to be like more cautious on those days. Not that I want to bring in fear or anything, but those are the days that you'll see the worst accidents. You'll see that people just aren't getting your words that you're writing, in text. They're just not understanding what you're saying. There's complications that happen on those days. And those complications are to motivate you to want to make the changes during the retrograde, and it's just heightened energy, big things, happening. So maybe, you're a speeder and then you see someone who gets in a wreck. Maybe you didn't get in the wreck, but it'll make you pause for a second and go, I should really slow down. It's very good. All right, so dark pink will come again the 28th to October 1st. Thank goodness we don't have the retrograde during Halloween this year like we did last year. I prefer it that way, because last year there were some hiccups when the retrograde, I think it was last year. It was one of the years, the last couple of years that we had it during Halloween, and it was like, ugh. Anyway, then we go back into the light pink on the 15th to the 27th. It doesn't mean that the retrograde has less effect. It just means that the energy isn't as strong. So it's like you get a little bit of a reprieve, but it's still there. Like you could still feel it. You're like, oh yeah, it's still here. We're still in the retrograde, but it's like a contraction. For those of you guys who have been pregnant before, if you've seen a woman be pregnant before, and they go through these contractions, when you're about to have the baby, it's like you get these really forceful things that happen, and then it's like, so that's what I feel like is the retrograde. It's like the dark pink is the contraction. There you go. The contraction. It's getting really tense. It's getting that baby out. You know what I mean? It's like pushing that baby out, and it's like, when I had my contractions, I felt like I was like an hourglass, and it felt like God was just like pushing that baby out of my hour, it's kind of hard to explain. But anyway, So then October 2nd, it's going to turn around again. You're going to feel dizzy probably. You're going to feel out of sorts probably. You're going to feel like somebody just turned you around because it's not really moving in this way. It's just the energy that the planet isn't really doing anything. It's just the energy that's coming about, okay? It does start to, no, I don't really know. But anyway. And then we're going to be the 2nd through the 5th. That's dark brown, and not necessarily meaning that it's still going to be really strong energy like the pink, but you just kind of know that you're not fully out of it because it's like waking up and trying to go straight now. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I was kind of going backwards. Okay, now I'm going to go straight. And so that's where the 2nd through the 5th is going to feel kind of like still like, are we still in a retrograde? I can't tell you how many times I've been in the dark brown area and been talking to a friend and been like, I swear it feels like we're still in the retrograde. But you know you're not anymore. It's like you know you're out. And a lot of times if you passed your karmic lesson, by the time that happens, you should be fine through the 2nd through the 5th. But if you haven't, you're going to get a couple more chances until the 17th when the energy is fully gone, okay? And those of you guys who are working with the Lionsgate energy, understand that when you've accepted to work with the Lionsgate energy, you're going to continue to work with that until your karmic lesson is over. So it could be 6 months from now, it could be a year from now, depending on what you need help with, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to read the energy for the Mercury retrograde now that you understand what the retrograde is. And at the end of this video, there will be a link for another video if you want to continue watching videos. If you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, I want to thank all the people who have been coming to this channel, even though I haven't been posting as many videos. Thank you so much. If you're new here, welcome, and thank you for checking out my channel. This next week, I will be doing I'm going to start doing, because I'm starting another class. So this class is accounting. And so I'm going to start doing the September readings probably this week slowly. So you might only get like one reading a day, but just keep checking. And I'll try to, if it takes me a long time, I'll try to see if I can do an all sign reading in between so that you have something that you can look at. But really, you should be looking at your partner sign. You should be looking at your sun, moon, and rising sign. So there's 3 signs right there. If you don't know what those are, there's multiple places that you can find that online. And you should be looking at just anything that's giving you a problem. Find out what those people's signs are and see if you can really dive in to the energy you guys are sharing together. So I'm going to take notes. Look at your sign and then look at their sign and see what's similar and see what's playing out together. And not only that, but keep coming back through the entire month of September, the entire month, whatever I post the videos, because you're going to see that it may not resonate with you at first, but as the energy starts to really get stronger and play out, you're going to see that it may answer a lot of questions for you while you're going through the energy. So what I'm asking the universe right now is specifically I want to know all of the energy that's playing together. The Mercury retrograde energy, the Uranus energy that's in retrograde as well. I want to know about the, and the retrograde is in Libra. Let me get that real quickly. I should have put that up. Let's, and it takes me a while to do the retrograde readings because I have to find out what planet is actually, what sign, planet. I have to find out what is in, like, the main source of the thing, your energy. It's the sign. So here's Libra, and this energy is very diplomatic and gracious, and it seeks harmony and balance in relationships. But not only that, but it's always circling around money as well, because Libra is the sign of money. This is my rising sign. So those of you who are Libras, you could be feeling this a bit stronger than most people. You could have that in the sun, moon, and rising. You can have it in your Jupiter. You could have Libra in your Mars. Mars being in Gemini right now, let's talk about that real quickly too. So this is going to be fiery communication. There can be a lot of arguments because of Gemini being in Mars, but it also, if you have Gemini in your chart somewhere, which I do, I think it's my Jupiter or something. I have a little bit of Gemini in my chart, and what this is saying is that part's going to be highlighted in a fiery way, because Mars is the big red planet is fiery. And it's hot in the way that it does things. It can burn. I don't know if the planet actually does, but what I'm seeing is like it could burn you, And so I know it's not the hottest planet, because I'm pretty sure that what is it? It's the second one from the sun. It's not Mercury. It is Venus. I think Venus is the hottest planet, actually, like physically hot. But I know that Mars is hot as well, and so it's a very fiery, in your face. I'm angry. The motivation for Gemini right now is going to be very strong. Motivation to do something, motivation to get it done. So if you have Gemini anywhere in your chart, see where that is. And then that will help you understand yourself more so as well. So we're working with Libra and Gemini, which is interesting because it's bringing balance into the entrapments of money, bringing balance into the equal give and take part of the relationship. It's also, and then you have the Gemini, which is fiery communication. So we're gonna have some people talking this month about something. So let's find out. Okay, let's find out what the universe is going to tell us. What are we dealing with? What's everybody dealing with together? Oh, there we go. Gotta laugh. Oh no, you guys ready for this one? Oh no, I'm with you. I'm in the same energy. We're in the same soul group. All right. Oh boy, let's grab a theme. Although I can kind of see it already because I see what they're telling me is like, oh no. Oh no. I'm just kidding. Hold on to your hats, right? Oh my gosh. And those of you who are logical, be careful because anger is the one thing you cannot control. But here's the deal. I really believe that some of you guys need to be getting angry and getting out of your situation, right? Oh, relationships and pride. Wow. Ouch. Ooh. Ego. We're going to be working in the ego right now. Ow. It's going to burn. Oh, what's that song? I'm going to stand there and watch you burn. But it's all right, 'cause I like the way you hurt. Oh, God. That's what they're giving me. Oh, no. I don't want to. I don't want to either. Stand there and watch you burn. All right. But it's all right, 'cause I like the way you like. Or burn, or whatever. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. So the overall theme, we have relationship and we have pride. So there you go. That's the Gemini energy is the pride, and the Libra energy is the relationship. It all correlates. It's all adding up. Here we go. So we have some limiting beliefs. We have where there's a place in our lives where we feel, all of us feel some sort of entrapment, some sort of imbalance, some sort of limiting belief, some self-imposed restriction, some victim mentality. This is happening to me. And those are going to give you the motivation to take action, but it's going to be in a restless, unfocused, impulsive, burnt out way. So don't be surprised if you get communication from people and it doesn't feel like love. It feels like impulsiveness. It feels like I have no other choice. The universe is forcing me in this direction. That's what it's going to feel like for some of you. Either you're going to create the communication and you're going to be inflicting this energy onto people being like, I don't have a choice. This has to happen. This is the way it has to go. Because this is what the universe is pushing me in. Now, we do have free will, but it's going to be such strong energy. It's almost like, and I don't have a major arcana, but no, I don't. So, but it does feel like, it's going to feel like major arcana energy. It's going to feel like course correction. It's going to feel like, let me give you an example. It could feel like a divorce would sound like this. We've done this so many times. I don't know how many more times we can do this. This is it. We have to do it in this way. So for instance, I have a cat, okay? And this cat, I love this cat dearly. I've had this cat for like 4 years, keeps going to the bathroom all over. Like in the beginning, it wasn't as big of a deal because it was a small amount. I was able to clean it and control it. And I love the cat. And so I was like, let's just, and I don't mind cleaning. I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Like, it doesn't bother me. My husband, on the other hand, he's like, he's like, he can't stand any of it. So I was like, I'll take care of it. No big deal. So I have had this issue with his cat, and then it's getting worse and worse now that he's older. And so it's like he peed in my husband's suitcase. And then at that point, my husband's like, he's got to go. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, look, I will work. My husband's like, you have so much patience. He's like, I was ready to get rid of that cat a long time ago. And it's his cat. It's like not even my cat, you know? It's his. Like he was the one who got the cat. He was the one that resonated with the cat. He's the one that built the relationship with the cat. And at this point, he was like, and I was like, well, I read online, it has to do with their anxiety. Like the cat is trying to feel more comfortable, so he's trying to do this in multiple places. Okay, so blah blah blah. So what I started to do, because my husband didn't really want the cat, so I was like, okay, we'll put it in my daughter and my children wanted the cat and I wanted the cat, so I put the cat in for win-win, put the cat in my daughter's room, and then I put the cat in the laundry room at night, you know, vice versa. So during the day he was in my daughter's room, and then at night we'd check on him a lot and bring him down to the laundry room so he can go to the bathroom. So it's like this really unneeded and unnecessary stuff that we're doing just to try to hold on to this cat and hold on to this belief system, right? And I'm telling you this story because hopefully it kind of resonates in some way in your life, you know. But anyway, so then we found out the cat was going to the bathroom, and my daughter's like, she had these like blankets from where she makes forts in, and we had it tied underneath her bunk bed because she's at this really high bunk bed, and the cat was like somehow jumping up in there and going to the bathroom in there. We didn't know it. So we didn't think that he was doing anything wrong until I went to grab a blanket for my daughter. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was like, what is this? And then it dawned on me. I was like, oh my gosh. And then it wasn't just one blanket. It was multiple blankets. There was like 10 blankets in there that she had like tied underneath her bed and like, so she could make them to use them for forts. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so gross. So, we cleaned it, and that was the point when I was like, okay, we've got to get rid of the cat now. Like, it's like Uranus was like, Uranus, Uranus, right? That's pretty much what it was. It was so gross. So I was like, all right, so look, I mean, I've done what I can. I've held on to this for 5 years. I mean, I just really can't do it anymore, right? And that's what the conversation is going to look like. So the conversation between my husband and I was, you know, like, we just can't, like, with this cat anymore. And my husband was like, dude, I've been trying to tell you that for, like, years now. Like, we need to be done with this cat, you know? So we're going to be done with the cat, and the cat's gone. Like, on Thursday, I have to go give my cat up. It's going to be sad and stuff, but we will get over it because Uranus is like, it's over. This relationship with you and this cat is over. So it could be you and someone else's relationship. It's over, right? Or it could be an aspect of your relationship. So I'm not saying that all of this is only that it's over. It's like there's some sort of self-limiting belief system. And what's going to happen is you're going to have enough of this, enough already. And then we're going to be focusing in the Knight of Swords energy. I'm sorry, the King of Swords energy. So it's a growing up energy. You can see where it's all swords. It's all very logical. Libra is an air sign, but there's some logic to that as well. Gemini is an air sign as well. Oh, this is all air energy. The swords mean air energy. So there you go. But it's all think, mind, overthinking, all of that type of stuff. And so you can see that it starts out with swords, and it starts out as an 8 and moves up into a knight and then moves up to a king. So we're growing up in energy here. So we're all growing in some way. So the king is this quiet power and this inner truth. And this is going to be the thing, like you're going to be upset, but then you're going to hear, like, I think this is why I'm getting a lot of people who are asking me for readings right now. And I do have a link to my website down below. And I know that we're in an inflation period and recession. So if you struggle with the price, just text me out and say, hey, I'd really love to get a reading from you, but I just can't do it at that price. And I'll work with you. You know, we could do a sliding scale or something like that. Okay. So that was what I got on my run the other day. I was like, oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay. Anyway, so we have a lot of air energy here. We have where this is going to, a burst of energy from the Gemini Mars energy is going to burst you into, I've had enough. And then it's going to make you pause and be quiet with yourself and really kind of understand where you're going next from that. Okay, so moving on. So the energy that we're all in is this Two of Swords, which is a tough decision. Was it an easy decision for me to give up a member of our family? No, because I'm a caring person, I'm a loving person, and I love to like give all my energy and my time and my patience to the things that I love, and I love this cat, you know? So it's like, it was a tough decision for me. I was in an impasse for a while. I was trying to weigh the options. I was trying to even avoid the fact of giving away this animal because that nobody wants to get an animal and then turn around and give them away. You know, I mean, this thing's been in our life for like 5 years. So it's a tough decision. It's a tough, we're at an impasse. What do we do? Okay. Now the next card is actually going to answer what you need to do. And what you need to do is get to work. Okay. You need to figure out, and I don't know if you can see this on the video or not, but get to work. You know, that's a card of work. Put your head down. Get to it. You need to do what you got to do. So do what you got to do, I'm sure. So you got to do what you got to do, right? It's about being a little bit more detailed about what you need to. Not just being like, I'm going to let the world do this for me, but be like, what do you want? You know, well, I want a cat that doesn't pee all over everything. That would be nice. You know what I mean? I'm tired of having to shampoo the carpets all the time. You know, I'm tired of that whole thing. So the next energy, let's see, what's hidden that we can't see is the Seven of Cups, which is, there's a lot of disarray around this, lack of purpose, and so what this feels like to me is somebody who goes, yeah, but it's not so bad. Like I was saying, like, is it really? It's really gross to live in pee. What am I talking about? Of course, do I really enjoy spending time cleaning up after this cat? No, that's so gross, right? It's not what, just because you can doesn't mean that you should, doesn't mean that you should have to, right? And so it's like, there's a lot of excuses. That's the word that I'm hearing. It's excuses and saying, you know, it's okay. You know, that's okay. You know, it's okay that it's like this. It's all right. Is it really? Are you happy? Because if you're not happy, then it's not all right. All right? Because you're supposed to be happy. So the thing that is the challenge is, I'm hearing a couple of things for this because there's different scenarios that resonate with people. That the challenge is the happiness. The challenge is, for somebody here, this is somebody who wishes they were married to someone else, wishes they were in a relationship with someone else, or wishes they were in a relationship with someone they can't have, or they think that they can't have, or there's somebody that's wishing for something that they feel like it's their happiness. Like, it's almost like, so I've been feeling like there's a lot of spying energy going on as well right now, but it's almost like somebody is spying and saying, that's my girl, that's my guy, that's my person, that's my wife, that's my husband, that's the person I'm supposed to be with. So there's that energy, but there's also another energy that's saying the obstacle is that you want happiness so much, but then there's some sort of self-sabotage going on, and that's the obstacle. Like there's sabotage, interference going on with the happiness, and the obstacle is getting the happiness. And the other thing that I'm hearing as well is that there's obstacles to the happiness. That's the problem. It's like, for instance, like I was saying that scenario before, and that doesn't mean that everybody has that scenario. It's just an example that they're giving me. Is so for example, you're married, they're married, and you can't be together. That's an obstacle. The marriages are the obstacle. The kids might be the obstacle. There's some sort of things that are obstacles that you're looking at and saying, but that's a problem, you know? Like, no, like if it was this way, I would do it. And, but the Gemini energy in Mars is that the fact that you can't have it is disappointment, which turns into anger, and anger turns into action. That's what's going on right here during the retrograde. So yeah, I'm hearing like, be warned that people will be angry around this time. And it has nothing to do with you. People are angry about the disappointments, and it's creating anger so they can be motivated to take action, to do the things that they want to do. You know, you should be angry about certain aspects of your life to make you go, you know what, that's it, I'm gone. Okay, that's it, I'm leaving the country. Oh, that's it, I'm leaving my life, and I want a different life. To make changes is the anger. So you're going to see people running around angry and not even know why they're angry. So stay the hell away from people. Be careful with your firearms with people. You don't be pulling firearms out on people this month. It wouldn't be a good idea, or for the retrograde, it wouldn't be a good idea. And the reason why I say that is because it could turn deadly. Because people are not, it's not about or if somebody turns a firearm on you, learn how to get out of the situation. Look for an opportunity where you can get out of the situation. Like I was watching, my husband and I sometimes we watch this channel about firearm safety and stuff. I don't know, we just kind of do that sometimes. And we were watching it, and one time there was this guy, and he pulled out a gun on this guy to take his motorcycle, right? And the guy was like a delivery driver, was riding a motorcycle, and he was delivering like some Grubhub or something. And he was delivering the food and having trouble delivering the food, and the crook, or the person that wanted the burglar, was saw the opportunity and came up and pulled out a gun on him. And the guy was like, oh yeah, go ahead and take the motorcycle, it's better to take the motorcycle than take my life. Well, the funny thing is, the guy gets on the motorcycle, puts the gun away so he can get on the motorcycle, and he's trying to start the motorcycle, and he can't even start it because he doesn't know how. That's the perfect opportunity. That he doesn't even have his gun in his hand. He had both hands on the motorcycle, and he's the perfect opportunity for you to protect yourself, like to do something. And the guy who owned the motorcycle just walks away, like, take it. You know what I mean? Like, you could have been like, that's your perfect opportunity to deck the dude, to hit the dude. It's a perfect opportunity to, while he's occupied, to even grab his weapon. I mean, there's so many opportunities there, right? So anyway, what I'm saying is, like, find your opportunities to get out of situations. I'm seeing fights in like Home Depot and stuff, not right now, but I'm seeing in my mind, that's what they're showing me. Like, you could be easily going in to get some kind of sprinkler head or something, and like trying to fix something for your yard, and then bam, you see like crazy going on. So you're gonna see some crazy, because people don't know how to deal with their emotions during the retrograde, and two, we have the Gemini, and I need to figure out when Gemini is going to be going forward. So that would be the next thing. So you might hear it in your readings, because now that I'm seeing this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out when they're going direct, because that also will be another energy. And I might have to do more all signs readings to see what's going on in this area. Okay. All right. So the next thing is what is supporting you is, I think you, not just you, but somebody in the relationship is releasing a lot of worry right now. And that is what's beneficial. Like, there's a lot of anxiety and worry that's going to be releasing. Don't freak out if you are like, oh my gosh, I am in such anxiety over over the things in my life. Don't worry about it. That inner turmoil and that deep-seated fears, and the fear of secrets and the secrets that you may find out, and all of these things, they're actually helping you become motivated with that Gemini Mars energy together right now. Wow. It's like fiery, it's like, it's going to be big emotions, and that's good, because that's how you release. So you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just know what's happening, right? So, what to do is to communicate. There you go. That's the card of Gemini, which is the communication card. That's the card. Some of it's going to be fiery, boisterous, big, voluptuous energy. I mean, like coming out and like, this is it. I am done. I've had enough. No more. This is, you're going to hear conversations like that. Like, I said it lovingly to my cat, but it was like, Kitty, we're done. I love you, and you got to go. You know what I mean? So, and what'll happen is, in the end, you will get the extreme happiness from this. So even though you're going to probably explode, or somebody's going to explode with you, if anybody explodes on you, realize what's happening and just take a deep breath and go, oh, okay. Don't meet them with their energy. It's just going to become a big ass fight. It's going to be horrible. So don't do it. Just say, this is getting really big. I know where I stand. I know where you stand. I think we should separate at this moment the energy and go take a walk, come back, and take a look at this net later. You know what I mean? Or some of you guys, it's going to be explosive energy with people you don't even know. Don't get involved. You know what I mean? Be like, you're having a bad day. Bye. Don't get involved. Okay, so it should turn out really well if you have the communication is going to come in all sorts of ways. But in the end, once the emotions are out and the fiery like explosions are done, you'll have some calm, and there'll be some happiness because people would have gotten stuff off their shoulders, things that they've been holding on to that they didn't realize they were holding on to, things subconsciously that they didn't realize that it was bothering them. All of that's going to be coming out. Okay. Now, in your mind, or in our mind, we're looking at the things that are unfair, the things that where people lacked accountability. We have dishonesty going on. We're looking at those things. Those are the things that in the mind that are going to create the emotion that's going to create the motivation to make a change and to do something new. There you go, right there. And in our intuition, it might be a little tricky, and that's probably why I'm going to get a lot of people asking me to help them this month for September, because in your own intuition, it's going to feel like a tower moment. You're going to probably not feel as connected as you normally do. There's going to be sudden changes happening. There could be downloads happening. There could be a lot of upheaval and chaos happening in your life or in your feelings, and then you can't really connect. This is all part of an awakening. This is leveling up your intuition. I know it seems kind of crazy, like, well, why do I need to go through this in order to level up my intuition? Well, the solar flares help with your intuition. Every time you go through a big life experience that gains wisdom for you, you're gonna have the vocabulary so sometimes the angels and guides are trying to tell you stuff, but they can't tell you because you don't have the vocabulary. You don't have the background knowledge. It's like me going back to the future and trying to explain a cell phone to somebody. It's like me going to the 80s and be like, you're going to have this like thing in your hand, and trying to explain it. They'll just laugh at me and be like, what? They don't have the mental capacity to fully grasp what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? I'm talking about a cell phone. And so sometimes you're going to feel that we have to level you up, and the tower is going to be a level up of your intuition. You may feel off. You may feel like you're not understanding your intuition. You may get things wrong because your intuition's going to feel not in alignment. And then that's why you have to reach out to friends, to other people, get their perspectives, reach out to me and be like, I need a non-biased, non-judgmental explanation of what's happening in my life right now, because it's like your intuition detector is going to be off. And that happens with me as well. Like mine will get off, and I have to reach out to other people and be like, okay, I need you to read my energy. I need you to read me, and then they will. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of what I thought, or that's what I felt, or I go, oh, I need to make a different choice, or blah, blah, blah. So I have a feeling like a lot of your mediums are going to be very busy this month. A lot of your intuitives are going to be really busy this month. Any of your friends that are really intuitive, they're going to be really busy. So please check on these people, give them Starbucks cards, be like, thank you for helping out humanity get through this crazy time. Okay. The emotions, you're going to feel pretty good, because there is a feeling of manifestation. Like you're going to start to see your life move and change. Like it may be embarrassing when you explode and you're like, blah, da, 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 and you like freak out. But then when things change because you exploded, it's like all of a sudden you feel really good about that. It's like, well, if I didn't yell at that, if I didn't yell like that, then I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And it's like a little bit of like being ashamed kind of the way you responded and the way you acted, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of glad I did it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm glad I did that, right? Because you're going to feel resourceful. You're going to feel powerful. You're going to feel inspired action, and you're going to want to do more. That's interesting. That's really cool. Okay, so let me dive in really quickly, because there is Gemini Libra energy that is in the soul cycle, the soulmate cycle. Let's go ahead and see where we're at in the soulmate cycle. This is a long video, so thank you so much for staying with me. The longer the videos are, the harder it is for me to, or longer it takes for me to render the video and get it up. So it's probably going to take me a minute to get this up. Even though it'll be finished, it's probably going to take me an hour or two just to get it up. All right, let's see where we are though. And my class actually starts tomorrow. Again, I had like a week break, and I surely took it. I got to be reading a bunch about accounting. So let's see. There's going to be a lot of heart-to-heart conversations. And this isn't just for the twin flames or the soulmate cycles. I think it's going to be a lot of people. Specifically for the twin flame is going back to your person, going back to the twin flame soulmate cycle. It's an old person is coming back. somebody from the past is coming back. That always happens during a retrograde. It's actually the best time to reach out to somebody from the past is during the retrograde because the energy is there. However, knock, 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 if the past is calling and they're exactly the same, it's not the time to be answering that door. You say, you know what, come back at another retrograde. You know what I mean? Come back when you are fully where you need to be. There's a lot of attraction because of the Mars energy. It's bringing this attraction in. And it's going to be a very powerful time for any soulmates, any twin flames, anything like that that's going on. Let's find out what the hidden energy is for what they're saying to each other. I want two sides. Masculine, feminine would be great. So masculine, feminine. Cards, please. And we'll do some advice cards and probably close out the reading at that time. So I feel like I'm getting done to the end of the reading. So, okay, we have two people. One side, and I didn't ask which was which, so I'll probably figure it out. Here we go. Somebody wants to know. Like, I want to know what happened. I want to know why you left. I want to know why you hurt me. I want to know, because what I feel is totally different. I think this is the feminine. I really do. This feels like the feminine energy. So I want to know, why did you do it? Why did you hurt me? Like, I want to hear it from you. I want to know what happened. They know that you will make things right. One day. They're just waiting for the day for you to make it right. And they know that you really want to start over. And that's the only thing that's bringing hope into this relationship and bringing a light of an essence of hope, is that the divine feminine, even though the divine feminine was done wrong, okay, even though somebody in this relationship was done wrong, they are still willing to try again. They're willing, because the attraction is too strong for them to just forget about it. Like, they can't. You know, it's like they're seeing the vehicle that you drive everywhere or something like that. You're just constantly reminded, like, hey, you have this person. And they're like, they're just constantly reminded. So it's like they can't forget the other part, the other piece. It's like they're being reminded a lot. Okay, so the masculine is saying, I see life differently now than I ever have before. I really do feel, and I feel very drawn to you. And they don't, and I think that they're starting to figure out why. Like, okay, I think I'm getting this. I think I'm figuring this out. I think the reason why I think about you all the time, or the reason why I admire you, or the reason why I even have a hint of jealousy about your life and about who you are, is because I'm really drawn to you, and I'm really drawn to you because you're my person. So that was this card right here. You're my person. You're my person. That's the obstacle. You're my person, but you're not in my life. But you're my person. How is this the case? Why would the universe do this to me? Why would you be my person and I know it, I can feel it, I can see it, I know you're my person, but yet in the reality of the 3D, we're not even talking, or we're not on the same page in that way. Like, why? So the last thing they say is, like, I miss seeing your face. Like, I miss seeing you. I miss being with you. I miss feeling your energy. I miss you. I miss you. That's what they're saying. All right. So I think, let's get some advice as we move through this energy, because it's going to be trippy. You guys ready for some trippy energy? You guys ready to be talking to your friends and be like, what the heck is going on? Right? What is this energy? Or I can't believe so-and-so did this. Or I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I told my boss to F you. I can't believe it. It's like that Office Space when she's like, you want to see more flair? And she's like yelling at her boss, you know? It's like that. That stuff's going to be happening. Like, get your cameras out, because this is going to be a fiery time. You're going to see all kinds of memes being posted about things that are happening. It's not just us. It's going to be everybody. Like, get ready for stars to do stupid stuff. Get ready for the president and everybody's going to be doing dumb stuff. You know, everything's going to go viral. Oh my gosh, just make sure you're not going viral. Hopefully I'm speaking in your life so you don't go viral, because people are going viral this month. All right, or this September, you know, right? This time. Step in. Okay. So, some of you guys have not been stepping into your power. So the universe is saying, if you won't do it, we're going to do it for you. So there's going to be a lot of power happening, and it may not be you being the one who does it. There's going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of, because Uranus is the planet of surprises, like big surprises. Like, oh my gosh, I won $1 million. Like, step into your, like, the universe is going to step you into power. It's like you go play the lottery, you win $1 million. Now all of a sudden you feel very powerful. Or you get out of an abusive relationship because the universe did some, like maybe the person got another lover and they're like, I'm out of here. And you're like, oh, but it hurts so bad. But dang, now I'm in my power. Who am I going to be with now? What kind of life do I get to have now, you know? So I'm seeing this card a lot, and it's about write what you want down. So a lot of times we're speaking, and that energy is not as strong as, it is strong, but not as strong as you write it down with conviction and intention. That's a little bit different kind of an energy. They're saying, you know, you're going to be speaking a lot. Be careful about your words too, because if you get really fiery and motivated and angry, you could say some really crappy stuff, which is going to hinder the progress. So don't do that. Don't be talking bad about people. Don't be criticizing people, because if you do that, you're just hindering your own energy when you do that. And the last piece of it is the divine is attuning to you. So you're going to be in a tower moment, because we're going to have downloads. We're going to have, lots of powerful energy happening. So be careful about your health as well, because whenever big energy comes into our body has to handle that. So do baths with essential oils, run. I got to start running. That tells me, like, right now when I'm done, I'm going to go running. Eat fruits and vegetables, higher vibration foods, so that you can really simulate this new energy that's coming in, because they're saying, don't worry, you're not going to have to attune to us. We're attuning to you. We're downloading information. So another thing you can do is tell the universe that you would like this energy. I like to say, hey, don't give me migraines though, because I tend to get migraines really bad when they're downloading a lot of energy. So I'm happy to get the energy, but don't put me out for 10 days. That's all I'm asking. Like, if it's like it, make it go slower. If it has to take 30 days, I'm okay with that. If it's going to take 3 months, I'm okay with that. I just don't want it all in 10 days where I'm going to be laid out with a migraine for 10 days, okay? Because that does happen. All right, so if you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and on the screen is a suggested video, and you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon at your own astrology videos, even though it's not really astrology, but, at your cohorts. There you go, your group sessions with me, all right? You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.